Many of you might remember the case of Ronald Green down in Louisiana. Well, his case is currently before the grand jury, and we know he was beaten to death by white state troopers. And, they really should be behind bars for what they did to Ronald Green. But we know how the system works in America. It certainly don't work in our favor. So Louisiana grand jury convenes in black man's deadly arrest. So a Louisiana grand jury began hearing evidence Monday in the deadly 2019 arrest of Ronald Green, long awaited testimony that will determine whether state charges are brought against white state troopers seen on body camera in a video stunning, striking, and dragging the black motorist by his ankles, shackled, following a high speed chase. So, prosecutors plan to present a wide range of felony counts related to the troopers' use of force and their decision to leave the heavy set Green handcuffed. And, he was left for 7 minutes when he was unresponsive, and they did absolutely nothing to help him. He was not given any kind of first aid. And we know what they do. They're hoping you will bleed out so that you can never testify or tell anybody what happened to you, which is a disgrace. It's a shame what happened to Ronald Green. So, ladies and gentlemen, the panel is expected to hear from several witnesses before deciding on indictments in the coming weeks. I want justice to be done, John Belton, the Union Parish District Attorney, told the Associated Press. So he said, I just feel like I need to do the right thing and present everything to the grand jury and have them determine which way this thing is to go. The proceedings come 3.5 years after Green died in Louisiana state police custody on a rural roadside outside of Monroe. The state's case was upheld for months by an ongoing FBI investigation that expanded to include allegations of an attempted cover up. Federal prosecutors, they were inquiring Ben, Belton, which is the attorney, to hold off pursuing state charges before reversing course last spring and handing over. They said the case file was ginormous, and I bet it was. So they are expecting the U.S. Justice Department to bring civil rights charges in the case. I had to balance it because I promised the feds I wouldn't pursue any charges pending their investigation, but promised the family I'd seek justice. Now, see, that's how an attorney general is supposed to be, opposed to Daniel Cameron, who sat in Breonna Taylor's mother's face, made her believe he was going to help, and he did zero to help. So, the long shrouded in secrecy, Green's death exploded in public view last year. Yeah, I mean, by the time we found out about Ronald Green, he had already been dead for a couple of years. You know, that's how you know they did something wrong, because they tried their best not to let this even get out. And we've seen this a multitude of times with these police officers. So the AP obtained and published Graphic body camera footage showing the 49-year-old pleading for mercy and wailing, "I'm your brother. I'm scared. I'm scared." And they don't care about our tears. You know that. Authorities initially told Green's family that he died in a crash following a lengthy police pursuit. The narrative the family rejected, and that was questioned even by an emergency room doctor after Green's bruises and battered body arrived at the hospital. Still, a coroner report listed the cause of death as motor vehicle accident. Yeah, because they're all in cahoots with each other. We know the coroner's office is in cahoots with the police in this country. Come on, who don't know that? While a state police crash report omitted any mentions of troopers even using force in Green's arrest. And 462 days would pass before state police began an internal investigation into the troopers involved. Yeah, so much for your investigations. There's something to be said about a country that have police departments and allow them to do their own investigation of each other. I mean, does this even remotely sound right? Yeah, it sounds like you set it up that way to get away with so many crimes that are being committed by these police departments. All right. So the governor has since described the troopers' treatment of Green as both criminal and racist. Monday, Edwards attended a groundbreaking ceremony for an infrastructure project rather than appear in Baton Rouge before the bipartisan legislative committee investigating Green's death. The committee took a month long hiatus in hearing testimony and awaited until the day after last week's election to invite the governor. So the panel was formed in February after AP reported Edwards had been informed within hours that the troopers arresting Green engaged in a violent, lengthy struggle. Yet the governor stayed mostly silent on the case for 2 years, even as the troopers continued to raise the car crash theory. So they just lied and kept lying. And to me, like I said this before, and I'm going to say it again, if we are as bad as you claim we are, why do you have to do so much lying? They beat Ronald Green to death. And then they got before the FBI and claimed it was a car crash and told this to the family, told everybody it was a car crash. And he was beaten to death by the state troopers. So if we are so horrible, why do you tell so many lies on police reports on people that are so inherently so bad? That's one thing we know in these last days. Everything in the dark is going to come to light. Everything you've been desperately trying to hide, it's going to come to light. All of it. And it is, especially in Ronald Green's case. So I don't even understand how you can look your troopers in the face. They continue to have a badge, they continue to have a paycheck. Green's mother, Mona Hardin, told lawmakers Monday, what happened to Ronnie was murder, and she was right. When that footage was released, that was just horrific what they did to him. It was horrific, y'all. The state and federal investigations have been complicated by the untimely death of Chris Hollingsworth. The trooper who admitted bashing Green in the head with a flashlight. And if y'all remember, this is the trooper that committed suicide. Y'all might remember this. Okay. That's why when you look at pictures of Ronald Green, he has all that blood running down the side of his head because that Hollingsworth, he he was the one that took his flashlight and bashed him in the head with it. So, a lot of people think what he did was suicide itself, but you know how it is. They claim it was an accident, but he ran, I believe he ran into a tree and he was killed. And so many people said that was karma. So, they said his death was an accident, this trooper Hollingsworth. It prompted widespread speculation that the former state trooper, he was a driving instructor and he took his own life. His violent role in Green's arrest prompted prosecutors to explore the possibility of charging him. Mhm. So, among the witnesses testifying to the grand jury, Albert Paxson, now retired lead detective on the Greens case, who said the supervisors pressured him not to bring state charges in the case. You see that? Wow. Oh, yeah, protect the police. Yeah, we killed this man, but you got to protect the police. Y'all don't have no morals. Y'all don't have no morals. You have zero morals, for real. So the forensic pathologist who tasked by the FBI to re-examine Green's autopsy rejected the crash theory and attributed Green's death to physical struggle. Troopers repeatedly stunned him. They struck him in the head, restrained him at length, and Green's use of cocaine. So, it got to always bring something up, but he was beaten to death, y'all. He was beaten to death and they tased him multiple times, and that is what led to his death. You know, it's just like George Floyd. We saw what happened to George Floyd, but they gonna bring up some damn fentanyl. Man, y'all can miss us with what you do. We've been hip to you for a long, long time. All those old phony behind talking points you got. I don't even know why you keep coming to us with it. You know, we ain't even believing you. But if you want to waste your time, go right ahead. Nobody's going to listen to that. So my prayers go out to Ronald Green's family. What a terrible way for his mother to lose her son. And all these years, this case was hidden before it finally was leaked to the press by the AP. Mm-mm-mm. So I sure hope they get justice, but you know where we are. This is America. America don't believe in that. They don't believe in doing the right thing. This is why the whole system is corrupt. So, ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think about Ronald Green. His case is finally before the grand jury. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.